I love to share the product because it's making a difference in a lot of people's lives. And who are we to prejudge and say, oh, they don't need it? No, we don't know what to share. We on the outside, they may look good, but, behind closed doors, everybody has something going on. And if it's not them personally, it's their family. So thank you for bearing with us. We so appreciate every single one of you. And just send out a quick invite, let people know we're on here and ready to go.
Yep, and I just put in the thing when I was putting in the YouTube channel. I put it's 2226, so it's 222, so 22. Anyway, so welcome to February. It's amazing what happened in January. I don't even know what happened here. But one thing that we always love sharing with people is making sure they understand how awesome this product is. It's changed our lives dramatically. As you probably heard, I was in a car accident back in 2016 where someone plowed the back of my car, damaged my neck, my shoulder, my back. I had a knee injury a few years later that affected my right hip, so I had 5 areas of issues. And my friend told me about this patch, and when he said it was a stem cell activation patch, and one of his friends, Joyce, actually had an amazing, basically. I won't say healing. She was amazingly better within a week. I said, I'd like that, and because she had actually surgeries and all kinds of stuff like that. And so I said, well, I'll try anything. Well, 3 days later, no issues with my knee, my hip, my shoulder, my neck, my back. I'm like, what in the world is this? How does this work? And watched 2 hours of videos and information, found out about the company, everything else, and was like, whoa, I felt like hit by lightning. I'm like, this is real. This is like, whoa, this is real, and it's amazing when you get shocked like that, how all of a sudden you're like, okay, I need to share this with other people. And so we're going to play a quick video that explains a little bit more from a company standpoint, also from our team standpoint, because I want you to understand there's an opportunity behind this because we're looking for others who also want to share this. And obviously that's the reason why we call this an opportunity meeting. But some of you may be just interested in just the product, which is fine. But some of you are like going, yeah, I like the idea of actually earning some extra income because the company is growing by leaps and bounds. And so once again, the first question we always ask people, have you been patched yet? So if you've been patched, you want to get patched. And here's a quick 3-minute video to kind of kick us off. Here we go.
In a world searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisitinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and, even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time? to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology, this is the team, and this is your moment. This is it.
Awesome. So what's great about that is that the team that we're part of is called This Is It Team because when actually our good friends actually found out about this and they started using it, they've been praying for a year for Lily a solution for her husband, who was actually was a professional barefoot water skier, actually world champion, and he was riddled with all kinds of challenges, and within a week his stuff went away, and his wife's like, "This is it. This is what we've been praying for." So it's been pretty interesting. But the one thing I researched when I started looking at the company was I saw David Schmidt, who's obviously the founder, the CEO, the inventor of the X39. He's now got over 200 patents. There's only a handful of people in the world that have those kind of, that kind of credibility with patents. He's a scientist inventor, specializes in age reversing. I'm always like, thank God for people like that spend their time actually investing in us to basically help us reverse age. It's huge. But in 2008, he basically focused attention on stem cell research because he knew that was a key for reverse aging. And this one product, the X39, took 10 years, $4.5 million to bring to market. And so when I started sharing with my wife, I was telling her about it, she goes, "Go get checked out by your doctor." But then I showed her the information, she saw the patent, and then everything changed when she saw that.
So I'm pretty skeptical. My background is, I'm a legal professional out of South Africa. And, you don't just tell me things. I want to see the research and I want you to prove it to me. And so, when Greg had his results, because I was not willing to take a look at anything, but when he had his results, it was undeniable. And, he went from moaning and groaning every single minute of every single day to nothing. And that was for me an indication that something had happened. At that point in time, I'm like, let me look at this website at least, and especially after his doctor had a look at him. And I saw a patent, and I understand patents. It's a legal document. It's a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of research, because you have to make sure that this is one of a kind product. Nobody else has it. And nobody else even comes close to it. That's the thing. And that everything you state in this document, you've actually proved. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, let me take a look for myself. I saw a lot of things that I liked in this particular paragraph. We just highlight this paragraph because it says, it causes a beneficial effect by providing phototherapy to the human body, which is light therapy, as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells. My goodness, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, which was what I was looking for, management of pain, improvement in stamina, elevation of collagen production, another thing that got me excited, and improved wound healing. And I thought, oh my goodness, if it's not saying anything bad, it's going to do all these wonderful things, I'm on board.
Yeah. Yeah, when I saw that too, I'm like, oh, we could stop right there. And everybody's like, how do I get this product? So it's pretty amazing. But how it really works, like we mentioned, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. If I could talk this today, I'm so cold, my lips don't work. So I actually had to turn the heat up in our house. I'm like, my God, this is crazy. But we experience phototherapy every day. Like right now, the sun is shining here in sunny Sarasota, Florida. We always call it sunny Sarasota, Florida because it is sunny here all the time. But when the sun hits our skin, it elevates things in our body like vitamin D, right? Well, what that happens is basically it's not because the sun's pushing out vitamin D, it's pushing out a frequency of light that interacts with our skin, our biggest organ, and elevates the vitamin D. Well, this has actually got patented nanocrystal technology in it that literally has no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants, and it reflects our own light to activate. So we emit heat and light 24/7. So when you put the patch on, the patch actually, our skin basically, our light from our body hits the patch, reflects back into our body, and elevates these copper peptides that activate our stem cells. It's non-transdermal. Nothing's in here that goes in the body. I can even put it on the outside of a shirt if I wanted to. It's non-invasive, and that's the best part, about this. And that was the part I said, okay, great, because I was looking at getting stem cell injections, and that was evasive, and I really didn't want to do that.
So what are the benefits of X39? Well, definitely health and wellness, improved exercise performance, improvements in strength, improvement in stamina, healthy energy flow, which is something, the older you get, the less you feel your energy levels drop, right? So now we are like much more energy than we had a few years ago. No drugs or stimulants, and it achieves optimal health. It's a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being.
Yeah, and again, we could show, I mean, you saw on the patent all the different things. We could have pages and pages and pages
We've
of this.
experienced a lot of things. I mean, so much more than are written here on this particular slide.
It's pretty amazing. But once again, the long-term results, you can find those in the case studies on thisisit.info.com. This is the part that I still don't understand, but I love it. But 4,000 genes in our body begin to reset to a younger, healthier state. They notice that right away. And that's basically all the studies they've done, even on PubMed.gov. There's over 161 case studies and publications published about GHK copper peptides, and they talk about resetting genes. And that's 1/3 of the genome that we have in our body. All as your body goes into like a reboot, which is kind of amazing. Just like your phone, like my phone locks up or my computer earlier just locked up. So what do? You reboot it. And guess what? It goes back to the original operating system and works fine. So that's what your body does. There's other things out there that reset genes. You might have heard like resveratrol that's in red wine. A lot of people drink red wine. They say it's good for you. Well, resveratrol it resets genes as well. They're using it in a lot of other products, like other supplements and stuff like that. And they said, this is our hero product. Well, that resets 2 genes. This resets 4,000, a little bit different, a huge, big difference. So once again, also they see within weeks, your brain becomes balanced. And that's one thing that becomes amazing when you understand inflammation in the brain being reduced, which is huge. Then collagen levels increase within a few months. To me, I was a hashtag collagen increasing, right? Naturally. Sometimes we've seen 200, 300, 400% increases in your collagen level. Then heart reversing in age. So we've had people that have had heart challenges. In fact, we got another cardiologist that just joined the team. That again, he's a triple board certified, whatever you want to call it, cardiologist. That actually says, hey, he goes, I've seen so much benefits from this. I need to use this with my clients. So once again, this is not anti-aging; it's age reversing. David Schmidt quoted that. It's a pretty bold statement, but he proves it scientifically, and you feel it, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. So how do we wear the X39? Well, you'll see the graphics here. They show underneath the belly button or behind the neck on the bone that's a little more protruding, which there is a C7. And you, in fact, stay hydrated. Lots of good water. Make sure that your water is not stripped of minerals. If it is, add minerals, electrolytes. And you know what? We should have add additional electrolytes to our water, to our food, and we do it in the form of Celtic salt, or the business itself, LifeWave, has an electrolyte formula called Cellugize, which is actually really good. So you wear it 12 hours, so your body elevates, activates, and regenerates, and then you remove it when you're resting. To rest, repair, and rejuvenate. So the one thing, we're not here to diagnose, to treat, or to tell you that this cures anything, but we do know that a lot of our friends and family that are utilizing this product have seen significant results. And the other thing, that David says is you want to, you can stick it anywhere, because he's been asked that question. Well, why that? Well, when he did the clinical trials and his tests, he wanted to be consistent. So all the people that he was testing the product on, he made sure that they wore them, consistently in the same spot, either behind the neck or underneath the belly button.
Yeah, I've always put mine on the back of my neck, like I said, at 5 areas, and they said that's a hot spot. I said, I'll put it there. So the other thing I did is also set an alarm. Once again, at 9 o'clock in the morning, put on X39, 9 o'clock in the morning, take off X39. I recommend doing the same. Put an alarm on. It just creates that habit of doing it. I still have it today. We've been using it for years, and it still reminds me every day to put it on, which is great. So the testimonials of X39 are super emotional and life-changing. There's a lot of testimonials that I can't even talk about because when it affects especially kids, and we see kids improving and stuff like that, it's been huge. But one of the things we do recommend is going to thisisitinfo.com. One of the biggest things that we talk to people about all the time is go there. They've got actually a testimonials at the top. You click on that and you can see all the different testimonials. You can see, once again, the patents and the studies, and also the homepage has got everything, including all kinds of different things, including a medical doctor section on the bottom. But I want to maybe kind of share a little bit more about some of the effects that you've seen, because you've seen some benefits with sleep and other things like that too.
Yeah, so on my part, the skeptical one, didn't want anything to do with it, but within the first few a week and a half, I noticed that the stiffness in my hands was gone. I mean, I was waking up with stiffness in my hands, stiffness in my feet, and it took a while before I kind of felt okay. The other thing that I did feel is my sleep was amazing. The first night that I slept right through was about a week and a half into using the product consistently. And I slept right through, and I was like, what on earth happened there? Because I had not had that kind of sleep for a very, very long time. In fact, my sleep was very interrupted. I couldn't fall asleep, and if I did fall asleep and I woke up, I couldn't go back to sleep. And so I just kind of resolved myself to the fact that that is the way that I live my life. I just am worrying too much. I don't switch off, and I don't dream, And then that week and a half, I told Greg, what happened there? I don't understand what happened. It's crazy. But I felt really good. Yeah. I got up and I felt rested. I felt energized and I was excited. I was fearful, though, that would be one time and it wouldn't happen again. And I am telling you, for more than 3 years now, no matter what's going on, in my life, even if chaos is erupting here, there, and everywhere, I sleep like a baby and I get my rest, and I don't even get up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom, which is very, very unusual. So, and it's become a way of life now for me. And I don't even think about the sleep. It's so wonderful. The other things that have happened,
hair, everything else.
Yeah, hair growing really quickly, skin clarity in my skin, just even toned. The other thing that I had was a keloid scar tissue for way over 20 years. I mean, it was a long scar and keloid tissue scar, which was there. It was ridged. It was noticeable. And within, I'd say it was probably like about a year and a half of using the product that I noticed. Well, I didn't even notice it. I just looked to find the scar because I became used to living with it. But a doctor asked me if it helps with that. And I actually looked to see if my scar was there, and it was gone. It was completely gone, flat, barely noticeable. You can't even see that there was a scar there before. So I said to her, yes. She says, I've got a patient who needs this for her scar. So that, and there was one other thing I wanted to mention, my goodness. And I just, memory is a great thing.
That's another thing I saw, yes.
It helps with good memory, so it does, and it helps with energy, also helps with strength. My goodness, I was realizing, putting those bags, those roll-on bags on the plane, lifting them up and putting them on the overhead, I was always like, oh, who's going to be kind to me and help me put that up? Like if Greg's not traveling with me, then I was looking for someone to help me. And no, I just lifted up and it's like no problem whatsoever. So definitely strength has improved. A lot of great things, as you continue to wear it, I've noticed, every day, creaky knees, coming up and down the stairs, no more.
Yeah,
so
I used to hear it coming, so yeah.
He used to hear me, and I
like, is that your knees, or is that the stairs? Stairs? Like
so a lot of great things, honestly, and I just, to me, it's like replaced my collagen powders and my collagen shots, my biotin. I wear this, and it's helping my body produce naturally.
Yeah, and so it's interesting too. Like she mentioned about up and down the stairs. Just before the meeting, I forgot my power cord. And I ran up the stairs, grabbed the power cord, ran down the stairs. And I'm going, I couldn't do that 3 years ago. I could barely walk up and down the stairs 3 years ago, seriously. And it's just the life that you can live and the way that your body reacts to this is absolutely amazing. So we do tell people, once again, give it time, because it doesn't happen overnight. Even in here, David Schmidt said, the rule of thumb is for every decade that you're live, you should be using at least 1 month's worth of patches. So this is a sleeve. It's got 30 patches in here. It's a 1 month supply. So if I'm 55, I should be using it 5 to 6 months to see the full effect. We tell people give it a minimum of a 90-day run, but I usually say 6 months, even if you're 30s and 40s, because again, the more you use it, the longer you use it. You saw the long-term results. How many people like those long-term results, right? I mean, that's what you want, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. So at the time that we started using the product and already sharing it, we didn't even know LifeWave, the company. We had never heard of that name, and then we found out that they were a 20-plus-year-old company and open for distribution in 75 plus countries, more like 80 right now. And at the time that the patent gets registered in 2020, and in 2021, they were sitting at $20 million in revenue. 2022, that's when we participated and got started we closed at $320 million that year. 2023, we closed at $430 million, and we were excited because we saw this upward move. Yeah. 2024, over $600 million, and closed at very, very close to $1 billion last year. So definitely an upward trend, excited about the direction in which the company is moving. And this year we're going to pass that $1 billion mark and more than that. So very excited to be partnered with this amazing company.
Yeah, it's amazing. And LifeWave also is now the #1 momentum ranked company as far as networking is concerned. They're ranked #1 as fastest growing. So again, and you can see why, right? So for businessforhome.org, it tracks all these different companies. We're the fastest company. We also tell people all the time, this is the greatest breakthrough. It's not us that's saying, doctors are saying this. We're just repeating what doctors say. This is the greatest medical breakthrough in the greatest breakthrough in the medical industry in the field of regenerative medicine ever. And now we've got the Biotech Breakthrough Award to prove it. Once again, LifeWave product wins the Stem Cell Innovation of the Year in 2025 Biotech Breakthrough Awards program. Thousands of nominations over 15 different countries. So we tell people all the time, this is literally a game changer. And so when you utilize it, it's amazing. When you start seeing your friends, your family, associates that you know, your neighbors, whoever, start seeing the benefits, it's absolutely amazing. So the one thing is we want to talk more also about maybe the opportunity from a standpoint that you say, hey, I know some people that could utilize this. Most of us, they think, I think of this person. I started thinking of people right off the bat, of people that could utilize this, and we started sharing this with them, and they're like, yeah, I'll try anything like me, right? But the part that for sharing this, you usually have to have a reason why, and the reason why we talk about really what's important in your life. So in order for you to do something different, usually you have to have a desire to do something different, and usually have a dream or a desire. And all of us have dreams. All of us, a lot of us even have burning desires of things that we want in life. And some of the things that we look at, some of the different highlights are things like you look at family time. I love these pictures here. You look at all the different things. We're not showing fancy cars and all this kind of stuff. We're talking about basically spending time with the loved ones, right? So if you like the idea of that, I was just type in the chat. What maybe one of these things really resonates with you. Maybe it's family time. Maybe it's security. We love the idea. When we talk about financial security, we're not talking about bars on your windows and barbed wire fences, right? We're talking about, once again, financial security. How about the idea of travel? How do people like the idea of travel? The input there. If I could travel anywhere, where would you want to go? I'll tell you right now, one of our dreams just is becoming realized. We actually, for us, it was kind of funny because my wife and I've been on different cruises before, and she'd never been on a cruise. She goes, I'm not going to go on cruise until it's paid for by the company. Well, a couple of years ago, we had a trip actually to the Greek Island cruise in the Mediterranean from LifeWave, which was amazing. And now next week, we're going to be on a cruise with a bunch of people that are actually going to be joining us for that. And then we just qualified for a trip to Hawaii. If you like the idea of that, I've been to 48 states. I've never been to North Dakota. I've never been to Hawaii. So we're going to check off number 49, which is pretty interesting. But where would you like to go? Feel free to put that in the chat. Say, I love to always go to Italy or Greece or Spain. Or some people say, I've never been to my homeland. Say your family, like my family's from Germany originally. How would you like to visit the country that your family's originally from? How about better health? Your health is your wealth. And to me, how not only better health for you, but everyone in your household and your whole family, because when someone got some health challenges in the family, it affects the whole family. How about everybody being healthy? Wouldn't that be amazing, right? And so how about less debt? How about zero debt? I was thinking about that today. A lot of people, they have a burning desire to basically tear up their credit cards or put them in the freezer so they never use them, right? Or just pay them off. Use them and pay them off. Use them to take advantage of the point systems. That's what we do, and that's it. Use it and pay it off. But those are things you look at. How about zero debt? How about tearing up your mortgage, the next, 12, 24, 36 months, right? Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever is important in your life, let us know what that is so that we can actually help you accomplish that. And that's huge. For me, the #1 thing was independence. I was working a job. I didn't like the job I was working. My wife knew that. It was very toxic. I'm a very positive person, but she knows that I was becoming pretty negative because of the way they're treating everybody. They treat me like a somebody just came out of college. I'm like, what are you doing? I've been with the company at that time for like 7-8 years. And basically this came along. I'm like, if I can replace my income, I started getting a burning desire to fire my job. And thank God with the help of my wife, the help of our team, help of God, honestly, he literally within 14 months was able to replace my 6-figure income. And several months later on January 8th of 2024 was was able to fire my job. I fired them. They didn't fire me. I said, I'll make more money part-time than you're paying me full-time. Give my job to someone who needs it. I'm no longer working there anymore. And that was, so us was walking into freedom. And so if you like that idea, and increasing income since then has been growing by leaps and bounds. So if you understand that, freedom is real. It's pretty cool. So again, if you like that idea, definitely is something you talk about. So we're talking a little bit more about conventional.
Yes. So, we are involved in conventional business, and, like a lot of you may have a conventional business as well. And what we notice is that this is so just, it gives you a peace to know that, you don't have those high startup costs, you know. Whereas in traditional business, there's high startup costs, there's those monthly overheads, and it's a lot of money, Whereas Lifeway Business, it offers you an opportunity to get started in business. They give you the key to get started at a very low startup cost. High risk in conventional business, whereas Lifeway Business offers you a 30-day risk-free trial. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. Long hours in conventional business, because it's really dependent on you. If you're the business owner, if you're not there to open up the doors, what happens? You don't make the money. Lifeway Business, we make our own schedule, and you know what I love about it is we build teams, and we'll show you that. And really, it's teams effort. Together everybody is achieving. Trial and error in conventional business. Well, it may not work. You tried. And then what do? Maybe start another business, or maybe you go back to the job and work for someone. Whereas Lifeway Business, when we saw that 20+ year track record, we were like, there's no real risk in hanging our whatever, hanging our hat with them. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. So you know what? There's no real risk because 20+ year track record, and then we saw it, financially just growing in leaps and bounds, and we were like, thank God, we've made the right decision, the right time, the right place with the right company.
Yeah, and two things that really stuck out to me originally, because I've been working with business owners for 30 years. I saw all these things. I'm like, I didn't want to have a traditional business, especially with these ones with, the people have fleets of trucks and they got employees, they got tons of insurance, everything like that. I'm like, didn't want that. Yeah, you can make a lot of money, but the amount of stress involved. But the thing that I saw is when I saw not only 20-year track record, I'm like, thank God they've been around for a while, even though we never heard of them, we didn't know much about them. Yeah. But then the second part is when I saw there was a system that Steve and Gina Merritt had created, and I said, okay, since they got a system, that is fantastic too. So the opportunity happens by creating solutions. So the current problems to solve is the market is oversaturated with really illegitimate products. There's so many products that are out there that just are not that good. We have patented phototherapy technology. It's proven. It's once again we talk about this is legitimate. It's like real. Financial struggles are real for a lot of people too. And so once again we have a duplicatable business model that actually can help people financially. And a lot of people have poor health and wellness. How about optimal health and wellness? And this is really something we're seeing a lot of people today are like going, my parents, my friends, my family, myself, right? All these people like, I need something like this, which is huge. So the biggest part to this, we're going to talk a little bit more from a business standpoint. We want to talk more about the compensation plan. There's 9 ways to make money from this, but I'm going to only highlight a couple of them. And what we do is we develop something called a network. And basically some people love the idea. Some people are like, I've never done that before. Well, it's very simple. So it's basically getting started is just as easy as placing friends and acquaintances on the left and right. So what we do is we get started, we buy basically a kit, and we'll explain that in a second, but basically get started at a very low cost. And then we help other people. This could be your sister, this could be your best friend, this could be a cousin, and this could be a neighbor. And once again, you start finding people that say, you know what, I'm interested. And what we do is we will talk to them with you. The person who shared this with you or brought you on here will say, we'll talk to people on your behalf with you, which is nice. And so we started doing that. We started putting people on left and right, left and right, over and over. And the interesting part was that as we started doing that, we started earning more and more points, and we started hitting different ranks, and we started earning more and more money. So there's what's considered 1, 2, 3-star director. I'll show you 1 and 2 in a second. They got 1, 2, 3-star director, 1, 2, 3-star executive, and 1, 2, 3-star presidential. The best part about this is that as you start growing, the team starts helping you, and we all grow together. The more successful you become, the more successful we become, becomes a win-win. But even as a 3-star manager, making an extra up to $1,500 on a weekly basis is pretty amazing. So you think about it from a business standpoint, is that I look at that and I'm going, okay, that's significant. And that doesn't start there. So this is 100 and 200 and 300, 400. So it's growing, but you can max out at 1,500. When we become one-star director, max up at 2,500. You can max out up on this one way of 9 up to $25,000 a week. Now it's capped there, not a bad cap. That's $1.3 million a year. And we got friends of ours, including our mentors, that are basically making that much and more. So the part that we talk to people about this all the time is that, hey, whatever you want to earn, if you like that idea, let's help you do that and get started. So really the 1 and 2-star manager comes along by basically getting started right away. We tell people we want to help you launch your business, and they got launch bonuses to do that. And once again, when I tell somebody, he goes, a lunch bonus? I said, no, a launch bonus. So anyway, so you get started and you put 1 left, 1 right. Now what happens is now within 48 hours, we help you go 1-star manager. So we call it out of the gate in 48. So one left, 1 right, basically each of them doing 300 points. Now you're making $25 extra a week for the next 2 months. So basically 8 weeks. I saw that. I said, that's great. They didn't even have that before. This is something added. As an added incentive, they just added to the compensation plan, which is fantastic. Now what we want to do is then basically we got out of the gate in 48 and then left and right by Monday night. Find another left, another one right by next Monday. So within the first week, our goal is to help you go 2-star manager. And basically you're now making an extra $50 a week for the next 8 weeks. Now you're making money above and beyond that, and the residual starts kicking in. But these are just 2 little bonuses that you can start earning right away. And again, that's what's nice about it. Our very first month, we started making a lot of money, and we'll kind of share that in a second. So this is the one I got excited about, and Mena got real fired up about it. So.
Yeah, so, we showed you the opportunity to max out at certain pay levels per week. Well, here is the potential to have unlimited earnings and not have a max out where they're telling you, hey, you set your limits. You decide what you want your paycheck to be. And obviously this is when you start to, grow that team. We showed you a left team and we showed you a right team. And as you help them, because, that is what we do. We support our team. We support the people that get started with us. We want them to win just as much as we want to win. And if they're winning, we're winning, right? So it's a great solution. But when we're helping them to win, the company actually recognizes that, and they start to pay us a percentage off of what our team starts to do when and it starts from the 1-star director level. Prior to that, no, we don't get any percentages, but we can get paid all the way from generation 1 to generation 6. So for instance, we decided that we are going to get started, and Greg spoke to Brendan out of South Africa, and Brendan said, yes, I'm on board. He is our first generation. And then he went and spoke to, I don't know, like maybe 50 to 70 people. He put those people in. They are our 2nd generation. Now, Johan, who is directly under Brendan, he goes and speaks to his people, and he might speak to 100, and then he's 3rd generation to us. So we go all the way down to the 6th generation that we can get paid off of and max out on as many of those people. So your organization could be really huge because you spoke to one person who goes and changes the whole world, right? That could be the potential of this. But we max out at 20,000 per week. Per person. So there's no max payout per week in this way, because you can be paid off of 100 people, $20,000 per week. Now, we're not telling everybody that they start there.
No.
This depends on your efforts, your ambition level, and are you willing to go and share? If we had just used this and kept it to ourselves, it's a secret, we're not going to tell anybody, because firstly I thought it was kind of quick, like put a patch on, it's going to help you. And as a lawyer, if I went and told my friends that, they were going to think I'm crazy. But I decided, hey, you know what, they all need it. They stress, they're forgetting, they need to go to court and remember what they're talking about, and they're tired with all the work, and maybe they don't have an exit strategy. I've got to share this with everybody. And so we have not been quiet, and we still are not quiet. And so we're talking to a lot of people, and thank God these people have needs, and they know people that have needs.
Yep.
So make it your decision. If you want to do anything with this, to share.
Yeah.
To share with people, because you don't know who prayed a prayer this morning and is looking for hope to their challenge, a solution to their challenge, or a solution to their financial challenge. There are people all around us that are looking.
Yeah, and the part that we talk about this, it is about mentorship. We have a mentorship program, and we help people. We want to bless people, because obviously the more successful you become, the more successful we become. And so, one thing that's interesting is that you think about it from a business standpoint. You never know who knows who, like Mena mentioned, and that's the thing that I'm always looking at. They always talk about, a child can count the number of seeds in an apple, right? And you can open an apple and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? But only God can count the number of apples in a seed. Right. And we never know who knows who knows who. And that's what we've seen. That's how our business now. We got business in 41 countries around the world because of our international contacts. It's absolutely amazing. So it's exciting what happens. So this system allows you to duplicate your efforts. And this is really what happens. You find people who find people, and then these people find people who find people, and it just grows and grows and grows, which is very, very exciting. So how we get started, very simple. Basically, we have an order form. I have the order form here. So there you go. I always have an order form here. I always got an app in my lap. So we have the order form that we fill out with people. A guy today said, "Hey, we want to get started. How do I do this?" I said, "Let me send you the order form." I said, "Or you can get on the phone with you, and I can just place the order for you pretty simply." So there's really 4 ways to get started. Once again, we have 4 different packages, and this is based upon wherever you want to start. The core package is really for people that just want to try the product, maybe want to be a customer, which is fine. I always recommend, if you basically want to be a business owner, we recommend the advanced plus the premium. So the core allows you to get 3 sleeves for less than $100 a sleeve. The retail price on this is $150 a sleeve. They give it to us for $100. I'm going to tell you right now, they can sell us for a lot more, and they don't do that because they want to make it affordable for everyone. So what happens here is that when you're on the advanced, they give you a bigger discount. So you get 6 sleeves for basically $535, so less than $90 a sleeve. Then what happens if you say, I like the idea of actually putting more product in my hands so I can share with others and that, we recommend the Advanced Plus. We did the premium. This was 20 sleeves, and we didn't need 20 sleeves, but what they allowed us to do is they allowed us to basically get those. And then Steve and Gina said what we would recommend is that when someone says they want to get started locally, we meet up with them. I said someone come over earlier today and get a sleeve, and then basically when their product comes in, they're going to give me one back. This happens all the time. We call it place and replace. So we just place and replace and place and replace and place and replace. And we actually made this money back in 2.5 weeks. So how do we do that? Because once again, when you register people, you get paid on the different package. You get a certain up that from anywhere from $35 up to all the way up to $405. So we signed up several premiums, several advanced, several cores, and we made that money back. Our first month, we made almost $3,000. How many people like the idea of making an extra $3,000 this month? Right? Again, I can't guarantee anything. We can't guarantee you 1 penny. We can guarantee you, though, if you work with us, we're willing to talk to people, and then from there, you'll see what happens. So then we get people set up on the subscription, so they automatically get the products delivered automatically. So for my wife and myself, think about this. If you own a traditional business, just think about it for a second. Just take a second and think about your monthly expenses, right? What if you had a monthly expense of only $200? I get a sleeve, my wife gets a sleeve. That's it.
Or the equivalent of 3,200 rands right now.
Yeah.
So
imagine that being your expense.
Overheads in a law office are so much more than that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I got a friend of mine who's got an AC company, and his expenses keep on going up and up and up. Ours are fixed, $200 a month, which is pretty awesome. So that's the best part about this. So really, I'm gonna talk about this and we'll wrap up.
So we did share with you, this is at info.com, and that is the site that we share with absolutely everybody. I share it with the stay-at-home moms. We just started a young lady who's staying at home with her children, and she has a big why. And she actually left her corporate job to do that. And she's excited, very, very excited. And then doctors, when doctors ask me, I share the same website. This is at info.com. They can't purchase off there. It has all the information. And I am not David. I did not put the patch together, so I'm not going to try and tell them the science. No. It's all there. Then this is a team.com is our website. It's like the textbook. How do we do this? How do we do this? So if you want to know, well, you know what, how do I actually travel more? How do I buy my time back so I can spend more time with my family? It's all there on thisisateam.com. And then we have a lot of support with the team, like Zooms, opportunities for you to come and bring your friends to see this. It's all of that is on there. There's the onboarding. There's how do you go manager 1, manager 2? What do I say to people? The script and everything is there on thisisateam.com. So I recommend write that down and go and spend 15 minutes a day to take a look at that. You know, when you go to college or you go to university, you got to every day you got to be at it. You know, so if you want to get success here, you're going to be at it every day. 15 minutes is not a lot to go and figure out your future and how you can get your why.
Yeah, and a system really is something that's set up to help you become successful. It's proven. This has been proven over and over and over just by utilizing this site, pointing people here, and then basically we have a strategy on how to basically build the business. It's brilliant. So really now's your time to make a move. And so we tell people all the time, you know, if you're serious about your dreams, this is it. It really is. I mean, we've tried a lot of different things. We've been a part of a lot of businesses. We've had you know, some success, but nothing like this. I'm just telling you that right now. We have a lot of people at our team who have never been successful in this industry that are making amazing money. So once again, you got to think about it from yourself. What's important to you? If you, a lot of people, they're hoping for something. I'll tell you right now, we've had several friends that just got let go from their current jobs. Another guy I was just talking to, who's a good friend of his, is a vice president for a big company. They just let him go. They shut down the whole channel. They basically shut down the whole thing, and so now he's looking for a job. I always tell people, you know, basically, you know, dig your well before you get thirsty, right? And if you think that your job is secure, the 11th commandment is thou shalt not kid thyself. You know, unless you own the business. Once again, anything can change. We tell people all the time, you want to have multiple streams of income. So this is something that's been proven for us. And so also, last thing I'll share with you, if you like trips, this is amazing. So we won this. We just qualified for a 9th free trip. I mean, it's amazing in 2 years. So if you like that idea of traveling and you like the idea of actually do that, this is this one for United States. There's actually still 3 weeks left. We have people that have qualified for this within a week, and some people like 10 days. So if you said, how do I get to Honolulu? You can actually qualify for it. So I'm not going to play the video, but if you like the idea of going to an island here, this is for people in North America. They go here. Once again, we got Honolulu that we're going to, and then we got also Budapest.
For Europe and South Africa. We have a lot
Australia, New Zealand.
A lot of South Africans and European friends that we know that have already qualified for this. So it's exciting. Go after it. If it's on the table, you want to go get it.
When I heard about the hotel that they're going to be staying at, it is literally one of the top hotels in Budapest, and one of the people from all over Europe go there to go to their spa and the hotel. It's going to be amazing. So just all these different things. But that's the biggest part, is if you've got big dreams, we tell people all the time, you can accomplish them. I know a lot of people we know, they've kind of buried their dreams thinking it's never going to happen. Now they see this opportunity, all of a sudden their dreams are coming alive again, and they're accomplishing their dreams. So we'd love to help you accomplish that as well. But the biggest parts of this is we always tell people that we have trainings, like even in the next 15 minutes, we're going to be starting at what's called the next level training. So if you want to figure out more about that, we're going to actually be training a little bit on even how to contact people, what to say, how to say it. We're going to be teaching on some other things and how to qualify for that trip. So you can actually hit that incentive. So, but one thing, we're always here to answer questions. Get back together with the person who invited you and say, I want to get started. How do we get started? And then if you get started, welcome to the team. We love to work with you, want to partner with you. And then once we know what your goals are and your dreams are, we can then put together a game plan to help you accomplish it. So is there anything else you want to wrap up with?
Just wanted to say thank you for joining us, whether it's your evening or your afternoon or your morning. We really are grateful that you came and listen to us, share about this most amazing technology, because we cannot not share. And next week, same time, please invite your friends, because you know what? Why leave anybody out? So thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day and your evening.
So once again, God bless you guys. Have an amazing day. And all those who will be in the training, get in the training a little bit. We'll get that started about 10, 15 minutes.